All right, I just did all of that talking without recording. So hey YouTube, I spent like 5 minutes talking about this deck. We're playing Depths, Dark Depths, Turbo Depths. You can go watch my VOD on my Twitch if you want to hear the deck tech. Unfortunately, I'm sure there's better deck techs out for it anyway, but that's what we're playing. But I'm recording now. Pre-board is as fast as possible, and after sideboard we can slow down. Everything was fine yet. Sweet. Yeah, so unfortunately, not going to get the deck tech onto the YouTube because I thought I clicked record, but I didn't. Or I clicked it twice, maybe. This deck I have played a handful of times, randomly, here and there. Never had a ton of success with it. Hopefully today is different. Although I feel like EronRelentless, tell me again if I'm wrong, I feel like right now is not the best time for depths. Even though, I mean, you did well and you top 8'd that. But I mean, like, I think the harder decks are... I'm seeing so much Death and Taxes and blue-white Stoneblade decks. It seems like this deck's really, really good against blue-black base decks, like especially Delver ones. And struggles a little bit with Swords to Plowshare decks, which are super popular right now. And it also struggles a little bit against combo, I would imagine, although I'm not sure. Yeah, BR Reanimator is basically unwinnable. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has Bajuka Bog. How could it ever lose, though? Without sideboard plan, Death and Tax and Stoneboard are favorable. Sword Splashers is a problem. Oh, with our sideboard plan, I think is what you're trying to say. Yeah, I imagine Rite of Consumption helps a lot against anything with Swords to Plowshares. Everybody's scared, though. Nobody wants to play. Also, like any other deck in Legacy, learning how to play around the harder things to beat. Eventually you get there. I think they think I'm playing White Eldrazi, though. So everybody saw I turned the stream on, they're like, oh god. And everybody logged off. That's what I think is going on. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me. I played a league earlier today with Reanimator, and I 4-1, and the deck that I lost to was playing Leyline of the Void in the main deck. It was a Dark Depths deck with Leyline of the Void. It was the Ill-Gotten Gains, Storm, Dark Depths, Leyline of the Void. Is White Eldrazi any good? Yeah. It's great. It's actually just the best. I have a 88% win rate with it, so I'll probably never play it again though. That way, that win rate cannot go down. That was exciting. Still no opponent. Alright, let's do another one. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? Beacon of Unrest. It's a reanimate card. Put target artifact or creature. Jeez, all the options. And it shuffles it back, so you can't even, like... I don't know. Can't even get surgical later. Hey, we have an opponent. Can't even get surgical later on. Alright. Let's 5-0 with this Dark Depths deck. We won the die roll. This hand seems pretty darn good. So I'm pretty sure we're playing against Miracles. I think we can start with Inquisition. Just because it's way worse. Question, do you lead Thoughtseize or Inquisition in the blind in Legacy? It depends on what you think you're going to need to counter later. Lead Needle on Flooded Shan, that would have been bad. So, basically, if you think you're going to need to Thoughtseize a Force of Will later, then you wait. Because Inquisition cannot hit Force of Will. But here the plan is, and they're showing us their draw step, which I can never quite understand why people do that, but they do it. So I'm going to just, like, not play around Swords to Plowshares because they only have 2 turns to draw it this way. And I think that's the best way to go about this with what we have here. I think waiting a long time is not great. Especially with this counterspell in their hand, they can then counterspell the... Okay. So we hope they don't draw a Swords to Plowshares. I would be playing the Delta here also, even if it gives away the draw, trying to get UU, and you might have Wasteland. Okay. I mean, they could have played the... Okay, yeah, I guess for playing around Wasteland. How about here? Did you show me that draw step too? I mean, maybe they already drew the swords, but I think they're trying to accumulate knowledge into swords or terminus, so that's why they're gonna wait. Or that's not what they're gonna do. Pretty sure they're supposed to wait there. Gives them 7 hits instead of 4. All right. Oh yes, I have a sideboard guide. Miracles. We're gonna take out Pithing Needles and Lotus Petals. That makes sense. And we're bringing in the grindy cards. And the removal. So Spirit Guides, I guess, are for attacking. All right. This is what we got. Oh yeah, so my opponent conceded there because I was gonna have a 20/20 that they couldn't answer. I guess Safekeeper is one of the better things in this matchup. For Spell Pierce and Fluster, that makes sense. Yeah, I was wondering, because in like lands, people side out crop rotations against Miracles, because if they get countered, it's so bad. But Sylvan Scryings are a bit more expensive. We have no part of the combo. We have a Safekeeper and a Rite of Consumption. We have Discard and an Abrupt Decay, but we have Sajiri Step in hand, which is not really where we want it to be, I don't think. So I think it's a mulligan. Going once, going twice. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay. Interesting. I think this one we keep, but it's not good. Surgical. I mean, this is going to be a longer game, but we have like 2 parts of the combo. We have Sylvan Safekeeper, Duress. Like, we have everything we want except for mana. Just mold of the nuts, Orm says. This isn't quite the nuts. I think this is a keep, though. I mean, this is the nuts, right? It just doesn't have mana. How many lands does this deck play? How many black sources? 1, 2, 3, 4 ish. Green source is okay. 4 fetches, 3 Urborgs. Alright. Total of things that make mana, we've got 18. 18. So 17 left in the deck. I think I have never won you before. Oh. All right, so now to put back, I think it is probably crop rotation. They don't play Wasteland or anything. So this is with the London Mulligan, which who knows if this will be around forever or not, but this is while it's in testing mode on Magic Online. Land. Oh my goodness. So the like super aggressive, I mean, we are turbo depths, but we are sideboarded for a grindier game, but our hand is like super turbo-y. So I think we're just firing off our spells. We can use Surgical as a peak. It's a bad peak though. Probably not doing that. We need a green source now, I think. So we can play Vampire Hexmage off of the Dark Depths and see if they counter it. Because we have a Thespian stage. And we don't have to make the 2020. Okay. If they swords here, I think... Okay, there's not swords. Yeah, I know the Surgical's mainly for their removal. But we have the combo, so there's definitely the option of taking a look, but I don't think that's what we want to do when they're not tapping low or anything. Or they're not showing any real weaknesses at all. We can also use this to copy this to get our green source. When to do that, though, they can always fetch, so that kind of puts an end to that. Unless we do it at a time that's good, like when they're brainstorming. Because now they don't get their shuffle. What? I've never seen that before. So we have the option of sacking it to make a 2020, which we're not going to do. Or not sacking it and having it exiled. I think that's better because of Surgical. And we have one in our hand. It's pretty good. Can actually use this to get a green source right now without using our delta. Because we don't actually want to crack this, because then we lose our stage. Merit is black, yes, they can exile it. This is a good draw. Because we can use this to get a Sajiri step. Yeah, they must have another way to answer the Merit Lage. So obviously swords plus force will are the things that we're worried about here. You would exile Terminus? I don't think I'm too concerned about Terminus, though. Especially with Surgical in my hand. I'm more worried about swords. And I can just keep attacking for now. I think. Till they tap down again or until I get another discard spell. If I decide to swords the Hex Mage, then I can decide from there, I guess, what to do. In the meantime, they're not doing anything, so I don't really need to. I don't want to cast the elf because I want my options to stay open for when they do something. Pretty good draw. Yeah, I think with them not doing anything, we don't have to do anything. Like, we don't need to do anything till they do anything. We have a really good hand. And we're attacking. Might consider casting a Spirit Guide now, maybe. Probably not. If we do, we can't. Let's see, if we cast 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can't. They're gonna have to do something here pretty soon. I would play the second Hex Mage and Surgical if they force the consumption next. And Surgical if they force. I think I'm waiting for this. Because now I get to oops. Oh shit, I clicked through that. That was a mistake. I'm talking. I meant to surgical that. I meant to surgical that. No, I can't. Oh my god. That was a great time to surgical. Now I need to think about what to do. Okay. I've never seen this here, these words here, like that. I want to see what's going on with their hand before I make a 20/20. I think I can probably win, but it would have been way easier if I had surgical with the trigger on the stack and not let that go be unchecked there. I want them to counter this surgical, I think. I could just go after the accumulated knowledge and they might... I need to... Alright, I'm gonna go after the Terminus. Surgical Deflesser, that's an option too, but... They just have swords. And, oh, they do have Flusterstorm. I think I win. Let's see. They had 2 swords and a Flusterstorm. Let's see. If they swords their own thing to fluster, then they get to 3 copies. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. It's not enough. 2, 3, 4. And if they don't swords their own thing, then I win? You don't think they'll Swords to Plowshares their own guy? I'll go with that. They're not going to Swords their own thing. So you picked the one without counters on it. I should have countered and used Abrupt Decay. If I use Abrupt Decay, it adds to the storm count. I would have had to up Abrupt Decay on their turn, and then I don't have the information that I have now. I think we win, but that was not the cleanest, and it took me a really long time. I made a pretty big mistake there with the surgical earlier, though. Ugh. Jeez. Well, oh, for them not surgicaling, you mean? Duck Snipple, thanks for the follow. I was trying to read chat talking about surgicaling this, how I wanted to surgical a swords in response to a Snapcaster, and then I let the trigger resolve. And then I wanted to take my action when they only had 2 mana available. But Orm's right, I should have surgicaled the flush. Maybe. Actually, I'm not sure about that. They don't play that many flusters. I was a little bit more worried about Force Will, but they did end up having Fluster as their counter magic. I was hoping that they would, like, somehow were hoping to do a Terminus thing and they'd want to Force of Will my surgical on their Terminus. Hey, what's up? Sorry for being so slow. I mean, I misclicked through a surgical there. I meant to surgical your Swords to Plowshares. And then I was, yeah. Thanks for the follow. How you doing? Yeah, I got a little bit lucky that you didn't have the interaction you needed in the first 3 turns or so. Right, but we couldn't beat Force of Will, so I was trying to bait out a Force of Will. I was trying to, like, I was hoping that they thought that their Terminus was important, so I was trying to get them to force it. Because surgicaling Flusterstorm isn't, they're not going to force that. Like, even if they have Force Will, they're not going to force that. But if you surgical their Terminus when Terminus was their game plan because of Jace, like, they might Force Will that. Because they might have, like, set it up, if that was their plan. Because they're down to 2 mana, so it could be Brainstorm Terminus. They've brainstormed with their Jace. They could have easily set that up and easily wanted to then use their counter magic on my surgical because of that. If I surgical Flusterstorm, there's no way they're forcing that ever. I think it's more likely that I'm messing with their plan by surgicaling Terminus. Although I guess actually surgicaling anything kind of does the same thing as surgicaling Terminus. I'm not the one to ask on that one, Woo. I have no idea. I think you need Force of Will, but I'm not sure. Yeah, also what Eron said, it's very good. Terminus is actually just really good. Yeah, Force of... Yeah. I think you need it, though. Counterbalance. Like, you might have to Force of Will, like, a discard spell so you can play a counterbalance and, like, try and get ahead like that. I think game one you should have waited till my turn though to cast your cantrip. Uh-oh. Ebgen is playing Reanimator today. I think it's like the worst matchup for Turbo Taps. I'm just kidding. We'll see though. I do think I have a bit of an advantage because I'm pretty sure I know he's playing Reanimator and he probably thinks I'm playing Reanimator. Although his chat might tell him I'm not playing Reanimator. I also have a disadvantage because he's so slow that I'm going to click keep when I meant to click mulligan. Snap keep. It's got everything I need except for my combo, but his combo's better, so I'm keeping this. Just did every detail so good. So yeah, you should have cast your cantrip on my turn in case you had a Terminus. But I don't always do everything so well. I meant to surgical your swords, which would have put me in a way better position than I was in. I also got a little lucky. I'm a lucky guy. But thank you. Back off. If I was on the play, I couldn't lose. Oh, because I know my opponent's on Reanimator. And this are the best cards in the matchup. And this, like these three things. I'm a big fan of Evgen, but man, does he play slow. I guess I'm dead. Great matchup for Depths, as all the Depths players love to tell me. It's a great matchup when you win the die roll and have the hands like this. Never give up, guys. This is my new motto. Never give up. It's been working pretty well for me. What's up with my haircut? What? What? What's wrong with my haircut? Good. It's better than last time. Thank you, Ken Loren. Much appreciated. I would concede, but I like to see how long this turn takes. I'm gonna keep my own style. Lavish, lavish. I don't think I can actually win. Not that one. I'm thinking what I could draw. I'm typing it in. I could draw Vampire Hexmage into Dark Depths. That would be 11. I think I'm dead. This could be a hard game. Yeah. Actually, I guess I'm dead. But we'll see. Never give up. Never give up. I should have been on the play. I should have been on the play. Then I would have won. What was their hand? An unmask into combo? I mean, we would have had Pithing Needle on Gristlebrand turn 1. Probably would have lost anyway. I mean, I could have just got Ashen Rider, I guess. Jeez. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, who knows what could happen? All I know is I never give up. Never give up. Seems unlikely we win, but I'm not gonna give up till I'm dead. All right, they attacked. I'm dead. It's got to play to your outs though. All right, let's win the next two. Oh, halfway there. So close. Dang, if we'd won the die roll, we would have had a decent chance. All right, back to my trusty sideboard guide. Alright, 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 alright. -3 safekeeper. Out. And then coming in is right, Surgical Caracas. What about Damping Sphere? I'm just going with the guide. Exactly. You never know. You never know. I've you know, we've seen people concede when I was dead on board, so just last time I streamed. Never give up. Yes, Fear's not great. There's a few things that you could consider bringing in, like these, but I'm just gonna go with the experts here. Some of this stuff's decent. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably... all it does is make it so that the Gristlebrands don't kill you the turn they come down. Seems pretty good. Doesn't have a black source. Or a way to pay for a Chancer trigger. But I wish I knew his hand. I'd like to name Fetch Land since I have Crocus, but probably better if he just doesn't draw the cards. I mean, by probably, I mean certainly. Certainly 100% better. On the draw, we bring in the 4th needle. I mean, our hand's pretty good against discard, at least. We would like to draw Crop Rotation. Black card or black mana or Crop Rotation. Gitaxian Probe. That way you can use Pithing Needle as a Wasteland. It's a really smart idea. He also might time out. Evgena might time out on us. I mean, if we average out each of these plays, there's a good chance he's not able to finish in 18 minutes. Uh-oh. For him. Guess he's gonna unmask here, yeah. Our hand's pretty good against discard. I'm tempted. There's a few things. I'm a little worried about discard. So let's assume he's going to discard something. But if he does, we're not really losing. Like I kind of want to just get an Urborg or a Bojuka Bog rather than a Stage. Stage is the combo. Let's see. Urborg would make it so we can discard plus Sylvan Scry next turn. I think that's pretty good. Bog in the deck makes our crop rotations better. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, it looks like chat also thinks it was between Urborg and Thespian. I was thinking, yeah, that makes sense to me. Urborg or Thespian Stage. And I think Urborg gives us a pretty good turn next turn. Even if they discard us, we can cast one or the other. And we're super close to comboing because that makes Hex Mage and Stage combos. Why mismatched? I mean, why would you get matching ones? If you get mismatching ones, then it's better against Therapy. Because they might think that they're different cards and then name the wrong card. You know what I mean? So they must have an Entomb here. Yeah, it's a good way to confuse and to make your opponent angry. It ups the chances that they'll just concede to you as well. Assuming he's going to Entomb for a Ashen Rider here. Destroying our land, our Dark Depths. And then we're in a bit of trouble. Oh, Tidespout. Ugh. Well, at least he needs spells. Instants. Probably. This is a situation where we probably lose. Unless they have no instants. And they probably have instants. But not getting it doesn't seem good. Could have just cast the Elf Spear, but that also doesn't seem good. So if they have an instant, doing it now, they bounce it. Otherwise, they could be trying to get like Exhume plus Petal, but they would have already just done that as well. And they definitely just have it. I don't think you can play around it by not doing anything though. Or can you? I mean, I guess I can take a hit or two. Like, they don't have that many instants in their deck. They have 3 Entombs and 4 Dark Rituals. I could try and draw a discard spell next turn. I guess. And just like... yeah. It's not necessarily true, but I don't think he would have got the tide spot if he didn't have an instant. I mean, if he'd looted it, you could think maybe he doesn't have the instant and he'd attack. Because blocking isn't any better than attacking. For tide spout. I guess it's a little better. Could draw the rights as well. Yes, that's true. That would be great. We have one more turn. You could also draw a Hex Mage. But then they could have an instant and a sorcery. I think he's got a couple of instants because he's not casting. I guess if he casts that, then we would just win. So we could still just have one. Yeah, we're dead. Wear tear. Jesus. And here we gave him a target. Alright. Never give up. Crop rotation would have been pretty good. Yeah, we just drew lands though, unfortunately. Sylvan Scrying, this would have been okay. Sylvan Scrying, not good. Hex Mage would have been okay. Almost got there. Alright. I feel like that's a terrible matchup. Our hand was fine. Yeah. We had the nut answer to Gristlebrand, but we lost to a Tidespot Tyrant. You're just a little too slow. We'll mold the nuts next time. Destroying a creature or a planeswalker, that's pretty sweet. Man, there's all these cool cards I've never heard of. Oh wait, I feel like I've seen this one in the cube before. Or in a Perforos EDH deck. Maybe that's where I've seen it. That's a cool one too. Dark Ritual Spoils of the Vault to make it the deck faster. Why don't we put Reanimate in the deck too? Then when they counter your Hexmage, you can reanimate it. Dark Ritual, Hexmage, Reanimate, Hexmage, Dark Depths, 2020. Could put Gristlebrand in there too. Hey! Andrea Gilly, thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I don't know why I get this notification here. All right, got a new YouTube subscriber notified in the stream. And they're not here. But thank you, Andrea Gilly. Raincore, now that's an idea I really like. Because that makes it so your 2020 is better than a Baleful Strix. Which is, you know, Baleful Strix, you just pay 2 mana and you play it, and it's better than your 2020. It's just not fair. And you put a Rancor on there, and now your 2020 is better than the Baleful Strix. It's too bad the Rancor just like returns to your hand, though. If they do kill the 2020, then you just have a Rancor in your hand. But you could put the Rancor on the plant token and attack with the plant token. Or does it have Defender? I mean, that sounds great. Hexmage plus Rancor, you got a 4-power first strike. 4-power first strike trample. That is great. Yeah, I mean, if it saved your creature instead of the Rancor, it'd be better. It would be better. Man, these leagues are... The league today is taking its sweet time to find opponents. I'm trying my hardest to be entertaining, too. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then we're going to miss the match. I'm going to go to the bathroom now. Didn't miss it. No opponent. Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. With mono red sneak attack. Rancor seems great for the grinding games. 4-1 trample spirit guides. That also seems great. Obviously, there should be a Rancor in this deck, is what we've decided. Alright. I feel like this is an unwinnable matchup. We'll see. This person plays stuff. So this person usually plays Rest in Peace with that other thing that makes it so you don't deal damage. So we need a fast hand to beat that. This hand is not fast. They also have Sword Splashers and probably Caracas in their deck. So the Spirit Guide's good. Half the combo. I mean, the Sylvan Safekeeper's pretty good. We have 2 discard. Maybe this is a keep. Any thoughts? Needs a crop. Needs land stuff. I don't know. Doesn't look very good to me. It looks really slow. I feel like it's a mulligan. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan it. This one also needs help. No Swords to Plowshares? Oh, okay, that's interesting. So the hand was particularly bad then. If it, we'll keep this one. Get rid of one of these stages. Could just wait. I think. See what we draw next turn. Because we draw a Spirit Guide, we can just make a 20/20. Next turn. Draw an Urborg would be really nice. It's pretty good. We can use that to Thoughtseize. Or we could wait on the Thoughtseize. The reason to wait on the Thoughtseize is because that other card, if they put something in their graveyard, then they sacrifice that other card. They're not going to be able to put together a Rest in Peace and that card in time to beat what we have here. So I think I'm going to actually wait. I'll cast this. They'll probably counter it if they have a counter spell. Then I'll play out the Lettuce Petal. So that they won't counter that. Because that's actually would be good for them to counter. But the half the combo was really, really far away. And we got these London mulligans now. This Volcanic's throwing me off a little bit. Could have Wasteland. I guess if they play a Wasteland, it's not the end of the world. I don't think they're playing Sneak and Show. I've never seen this person play Sneak and Show. Never seen them play anything but Control. Yeah, they're not playing Sneak and Show. They just happen to have Volcanic, and they fetched it probably to try and throw me off a little bit. See? I'm very smart. If I'd Thoughtseized earlier, I would have lost. Now, I win. I'm very smart. All right, so this is a little bit different than Miracles because of that thing, but I think we probably end up sideboarding more or less the same. Their main win condition, though, can be Pithing Needled, so that's a thing. I'm going to go ahead and sideboard how I think we should while looking at this guide, and then see what EronRelentless says. This obviously seems fantastic. With no surgicals, I think. And no Liliana. And I think we should leave in some Pithing Needles. And some speed. So that's an interesting thought. Maybe we don't do too many of these, because they don't like... I think like... They also play Leyline of Sanctity. They're definitely going to have Leyline of Sanctity. So I think actually... Alright, maybe we want this and this. And get rid of these. Like one Pithing Needle. Two of these. It still seems pretty good. I think they have Caracas. Maybe something like this. Alright, I'm coming back to chat. Yeah, no Liliana. So the Ghost Quarter could be good against that thing that we just saw. You're right about Bog, though. I think we want at least 3 needles. I'm going to submit like this. Ghost Quarter can eat their Fog enchantment. Sup, Jax? Yeah, guess what? We lost to Reanimator. That matchup feels terrible. That matchup feels really bad. This hand's like not great, but it's a keep, I think. It's super slow again. I mulled the slow one last time, but this one has Thoughtseize and Library, which I think we keep this. I mean, they have Leyline of Sanctity. So I don't want to draw too many discard spells. And they just like... Reanimator just killed us on turn 1. And then they got Tidespot game 2 and killed us with that. Two cards on top A. You're 4-0 against Adelaide? Okay. Well, we won game 1. Never lucky. No ESG is a mulligan, so I messed up. I thought these were Hova Spear Guides. Oops. Uh-oh. Here comes a, I don't know. What's this? Blood Moon? It's okay. Forest, we have Spirit Guide. Guess we got a swamp. I should have played the swamp maybe, because now they know I have it. Whoops. I mean, we have removal, yes. For everything. What is this? Ha! I don't have to worry about humility this game. This dude's got four mountains in play. You could have Snapcaster Mage, I should consider. I'll probably just lose to that though. Now. Oh, he's playing Rest in Peace in this deck. He's not playing Snapcaster. I'm just trying to think of what he could kill me with. I don't think anything. He's got one island. I'd like to draw something. Like a tutor. Another expedition map would be nice. But we're just drawing all the same junk. That's the plan. He's not gonna be able to get Jace for a long time. I don't want to decay until I have Dark Depths. And I'd also kind of like to do it on my turn. Or have a discard spell. So like even a Thoughtseize would be kind of nice. I'd like to see what he's got. I drew a bunch of cards. I got this library out. And there... Experiment. I gotta pick one. It's probably got a counter spell. If I could have cast them. So I don't actually need to do this now. I could turn on Swords to Plowshares. I don't know what he's playing. I guess I could look it up. Let's look it up. Adelaide. Let's all take a look. Plays Detention Sphere. So basically nothing. Oh, he's got Swords to Plowshares on the sideboard. You would have gotten a forest there. Right, I have Rite of Flame. So I can do it on my turn. But they could have also counter magic. Forest and then just played like a Spirit Guide. Oh yeah, Forest would have been okay. He's at 19 now. I think we see if we can find a discard spell here. Or Forest. All right, well, I don't think we're under a ton of pressure here, so I can just like end of turn crop rotation for Forest. It does get rid of my only green source if he counters that, but he didn't counter the last tutor I had. He also didn't have double blue. Well, I just exiled it. Didn't mean to, but... I forgot about Lotus Petals. Jeez, does this mean he's just dead? I guess they could counter the right and then do something on their turn with Jace or something. Can just wait. Think I can do it here? Oh, shoot. It's fine. Nothing's happening, so it doesn't matter. But I think I was going to think about doing it there. This is fine too, to be honest. Next turn, I'm surely decaying this Blood Moon. Uh-oh. Yeah, now it's time to decay the Blood Moon. They could have a Jace or something here, or a Humility. Yikes. Did I just get punished? Huh. Humility could get me. Huh. I mean, I misclicked at the end step there to go into my turn instead of decaying. So I lose to a Humility plus this on. He's going to put this on decay. I have Trophy too. Let's make him name it. Alright, I guess I'll cast this Hex Mage. Yeah, that would be pretty bad though. I don't think I could beat the Humility. Oh god. I think I'm dead. I made a mistake there earlier. Pretty bad. On that end step where I meant to decay there. They drew the planes that turn. So I have to draw a trophy right now. Trophy. All right, let's see. I know this puts me dead here, but I'm dead anyway. If they... I only get to see one more card. So I would have probably won. Alright, let's play faster and not click through when I have the win. Whoa! That one turn, they drew the planes. I guess I could have just gone for it on my turn, because I can't play Humility on my turn. Just Force of Will then. I mean, when I didn't DK. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. He's playing like 3 Humilities, so... And he had all that time. I was only playing 1 Humility? Shoot, I should have just decayed there. Alright, let's forget about it and play this last game and win it. Thoughtseize, Hexmage, seems okay. I think this is a keep. Keep. Plow, Meddling Mage, Ponder Helm, Ponder. I can plow this if we play it. Meddling Mage is kind of scary. I think we just have to take the plow in case we draw a Dark Depths next turn. And we can play Vampire Hexmage if we don't draw it next turn. Depths. 2 cards on top again. It's almost a consideration to get a Sylvan Library into play here. But then... maybe that's good enough. Probably not. Maybe next turn we do that. Alright, let's just draw Depths. If we just draw Adepts here, they need a Force of Will. Next turn they're probably playing Helm. What's the best line here to not lose to to play around force, counter magic in general? We can play Sylvan Library. Next turn we can draw a discard. No, that doesn't work. Sylvan Library. We need the Sylvan Library. Let's see what he does. He's gonna name Decay. I just have to go for it here because he's got Helm of Obedience. Oh. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. Well, we punted the second game, and then the third one I just had no idea. Prevent all damage. I thought for sure it was just like, I forgot. Yeah, you can't like bolt them either. I should have known that. That was pretty funny. Wow. No wonder they named Abrupt Decay. Also, they cast one cantrip and had the combo. They didn't have either of these in their hand, right? No. Yes, now we know. Learning lesson. I shouldn't have given up there. I didn't follow my own advice. That was just a little bit too much for me to forget. I forgot about my advice. Never give up. Even if you throw your entire hand away to do nothing. Oh boy. EronRelentless knew. He knew that wasn't going to work. I did not. Really, it came down to I misclicked on the turn I was going to Abrupt Decay in game 2, and then they drew a sword, a Plains. We should have had that match. But now we know. Rite of Flame does not work against that enchantment. Yeah, and also for some reason I thought they had like 4 humilities. They only have 1, so I should have just Abrupt Decayed with the Meddling Mage on the stack because I had I had protection from all their spot removal. Only lose to humility, and it's a 1-of, so threw that one away. We're playing Depths and we're learning. I threw away match 2. We won the first match, fine, against Miracles. The second match we lost horribly against Reanimator. I don't think I did anything particularly wrong there. Third match, accidentally clicked my end step to my turn, and then, yeah, many mistakes were made in game 2. And then game 3, Rite of Flame doesn't work against the Rest in Peace plus whatever that other enchantment is called, combo where you don't deal damage to them. No damage gets to be done, including Rite of Flame. Which, by the way, it should work. It should get around that stuff. It's not direct, it's direct damage though. It's not life loss. It should be life loss. Deals damage. Yeah, a little bit of reading would have gone a long way, but I think we were just dead. They cast 1 cantrip, which was a reasonable take with the Thoughtseize, but I feel like the Swords was better. Because it allowed me to play out my Hex Mage and give me better top decks. But their 1 cantrip found them their combo. They already had a third of their 3-piece do-nothing combo. It's called Rite of Consumption, right? Rite of Consumption. And it deals damage. It does not work through that combo of enchantments that we just saw. Which was a little surprising. Because I cast it, and I was like, oh, they didn't counter it. But then nothing happened. Nothing at all. And I was like, oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Anyway, we should be 2-1. But I misclicked through my end step, and then they top decked the planes. Which, by the way, that Blood Moon hurt them way more than it hurt me. That Blood Moon was way worse for them than me. How many planes do they even play? 2 planes? Yeah, the Blood Moon was like so bad for them that I was playing extremely conservatively. But then once I finally found the window to do what I needed to do, I accidentally clicked through it, and then they drew their planes. Yeah, Blood Moon seems... I mean, they're playing Caracas. They're playing 6 islands, so that's... They're going to be able to cast their blue spells, which most of their deck is blue. And then Karanos. So they can cast Karanos pretty easily. And they don't have that many white spells. Just Rest in Peace and Detention Sphere in the main, and then Swords in the sideboard. And Humility. But the Blood Moon seems a little not great in that deck. .3-0. No, I mean, Reanimator's unbeatable. That's... I don't... You have to win the die roll first of all, or you lose. And I didn't win the die roll, so I can't feel bad about losing. Game 2 was pretty close. I drew a bunch of lands. So I should be 2-1. 3-0 if I won the die roll. Because we would have won game 1, and we would have won game 3, because I would have had like a really good hand. With Surgical and Crop Rotation and all that stuff. This looks great. Well, close to great. No such luck. I was on the play. I mean, I was on the draw. Like I said, just can't win on the draw because your cheesy crop rotation trick doesn't work unless you have a land in play. You cannot crop rotate without lands in play. I'm right about that, right? I could be wrong about that. I'd have to read the card. This is a good matchup. I'm going to win this one. We got this. So let's minimize misclicks and win it. Do you cast Thoughtseize here? I guess. Yeah. Or is there a better thing to do here? Now that I drew this. Blah, 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 blah. Is there some way to do this to get an extra black mana next turn? I'm missing crop rotation, so I'm dead. I can still win. Come on. Right, there's no like special trick here, right? That I can like get the 20/20 next turn, or blacks. I could get. Inquisition for life, yeah. Although, yeah, okay. Inquisition. Yeah, bogging next turn doesn't seem terrible. They have a cephalid Coliseum though. But bogging, as long as I'm not like dead, bogging could be very good. Yeah, this is going to be a really good bog. Assuming they don't get like Icrid plus therapy. Although there's the therapy. No Icrid. No Icrid. I mean Icrid, Narcomoeba. So I think we just win. Pretty sure we just win from here. We can go bog, and then next turn we just get the following turn we get a 20/20. Right? This. That was nice. That was nice. Yay. The Jukabog's really good against Dredge, huh? Alright, sideboard time. I've mastered the deck. I'm getting there. You gotta learn from your mistakes, right? So we're leaving in one pithing needle, and why? What do we use that for? Oh, we can name like, okay, never mind. A 2 pithing needle. I recommend you to make the library window blogger that you don't click on the wrong lands. Yeah, I went really slowly to try not to, but maybe I can make it bigger. I'll try. Is there a little scroller like this for it? Next time I tutor, I will check to make it bigger. In this matchup, you can use the Hex Mage to exile their bridges, which is sweet. Needle or LK for Street Wraith, Coliseum. Yeah, Coliseum is what I was thinking after I asked that. Needle's still better than right. I'm following the trusty guide I've been given. This hand seems pretty good. I mean, we can just play a Bog if they do anything crazy. They can't discard it. With Therapy, they'll miss when they name the wrong thing. And we have Expedition Map for the Depths and a Vampire Hexmage to make a 20/20 with it. And Exile Bridges, so I think it's a keep. So it's a lot of lands in her hand, but I think it's got a pretty good game plan going for it. Especially if they discard their hand here. I'm going to give them a turn. They're going to get scared that I'll get the Bog, maybe. I think they have a Street Raid, so I think Bajuka Bogging there wasn't the best. I'm a little bit nervous, though. I'm pretty nervous. They're going to get to dredge their whole deck here. Shoot. Probably shouldn't F6. They could be... I showed them the Spirit Guide last game, so... Doesn't have bridge. I mean, how many bridges, though, can we beat? We have to be able to beat one. He's going to hit one. He's going to dredge a lot. Oh, wait. Okay, so he can discard his hand and then loot. Yeah. He did have the Street Wraith, though. So my Bog wouldn't have done much, because he just Street Wraiths, dredges, put the Golgari Troll back in his hand, and he's still got lines. He still has all of what he has here. So my Bog doesn't do anything if I played it last turn. Okay, so they've missed on bridges. Somehow. No bridges. More than half the deck and no bridges. It doesn't mean they're not going to see 3 of them right now. Still none. Oh, there's 1. 2. 3. Oh, wait. Yeah, 3. Pretty dead. They only have 9 cards left in their deck. So we have to draw like a Toxic Deluge now. Would that even do it? Probably not. Don't you think I would have cast that by now? Oh, wait, if I had a Spirit Guide. Okay. I think we're dead. Although, they have to leave 1 Narcomoeba, right? Or maybe not. Never give up. Never give up, Goblin guy. See, they just wasted a call here, but I don't even have any cards in my hand. Abandon hope. Rude. Ha! Okay, I think we're dead, but I'm never give up. We do have Toxic Deluge. Toxic Deluge. We would have to kill ourselves, but it would be worth it. Never give up. I feel like our hand was pretty good, but their hand was better. Alright, let's try that again. I mean, they had the turn 2 Dredge your entire deck. So maybe that kind of hand's just not, you can't beat that. Like my bog was just never going to do anything. I had to have a crop rotation for it to possibly beat that hand. And even then, they still had so much going on with the LED and everything. Surgical might have done something there. I have to click submit still. I wish if you exiled your spirit guide that exiled the bridges too. That would be cool. Right, play first. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got a crop rotation. Right, this hand's great. This is great, right? We can't lose. Right, guys? Gonna send you an amazing list, $25 in a couple weeks. Still testing. All right, sounds good. So you're saying it's a meme. I'm in though. I'm down. Mulligans to 6. How do we lose? So we're gonna go Inquisition, Pedal. This is great. And then next turn we can just do like Vampire Hexmage and stuff. Crop rotate. If we don't have to do it here. Yeah, we have turn 2 Merit Lage if we don't have to crop rotate, which is nice. Our opponent has a Pedal. We could just take Pedal. We take Pedal, they play Lion's Eye Diamond, they cycle Street Wraith, discard their hand, and then we get to see if we want to crop rotate or not. That seems pretty good. If they draw a land, that's annoying, so we could also just take this and leave them with land LED. They play, or Pedal LED. They end up doing the same thing, so maybe we just take this. But then if they top deck a looter, could have turned 1. Yeah, we could have done Vampire Hexmage, ESG. That might have been a better play. Because you can exile this, crop rotate for the... Yeah, that seems pretty good. Then you can't discard though, and then they could have a crazy turn 1. And then they could beat you. Actually, it'd be tough for them to beat us. Because your Vampire Hexmage exiles their bridges. If they get an Archamoeba and then they like sack it, you can sack your Hexmage, and if they don't sack it, you sack your Hexmage, and then they just block once. Hey, what's up, Evgenna? Thanks for the raid. How'd the rest of your league go? You like this line? It's definitely safer. It's a bit slower. And also, if we have to use this now, it leaves us with less, but not a lot less. We still have a pretty fast Merit Lage. I mean, so you like we could just do this here, but then they draw a card. I think we just let them do this. See if they hit anything. They did not. So now the question is, so Bog comes into play tapped, which makes us kind of need to decide right now. Winning a view is like curse to me. I do 1-3 and drop. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it seems fine. Like, what are they gonna do with one card in their hand and a Lotus Petal? Guess I shouldn't ask that too nonchalantly. What are they gonna do though? What do they got? They got nothing. I guess we have nothing too. I guess I didn't think this through that carefully. Okay. Just slam Hexmage and try and draw a land? I probably messed this up too. We're now down a little bit on mana. This is fine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where's my end step? It's all good. We're gonna draw a land here, and it's the same. They don't have a therapy. This is great. We're fine. It must be a buy. I'm not playing perfectly by any means. Hey, would you? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't play this deck. I didn't attack. It's fine. Everything's fine. Guys. All right. Slow down. Draw. Tap these two. Tutor up your land. Dark Depths. This is the game plan here. Play a Dark Depths. Attack for 2. Some of these tutors are not like... They look like they're instant speed. But they're not. Okay, and now I need to remember to do this. I should just do it now. Or maybe not. But let's not go to my next turn without making the 2020. Okay, they conceded. Good. I don't have to do the rest myself. But I need to sacrifice this. Okay. All right, next round, 3-2. Here we go. Focus, 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 focus. Get that 3-2. Focus. As I look away. Wandering around my... All right, we got this. 3-2. Here we go. Interesting hand. Interesting hand. So my take on this hand is that we're on the draw, which... I mean, the plan here would be to go forest, stage, Sylvan Scrying for Urborg. Seems super slow. Easy mull in your opinion? Okay, that seems reasonable to me. It doesn't look very good. Second Sunrise says, hi all, I was in the Dredge opponent. I was a little bit unsure about the game 3 keep in case of discard plus graveyard hate, but the hand seemed good enough to me. Thanks for the games. Yeah, good games. I think it's really a hard matchup for you. I made some mistakes and it's just like, it's hard for you to beat Bog. Mulligan. All right, this hand has 2 tutors and a discard spell and half the combo, so I think that's fine. Put that away. So this must be a bad matchup if it's Maverick. Yeah, also thanks for the games, Second Sunrise. I guess I just lead on Inquisition here. Wasteland. Scavenging is Kasali Pride Mage. All right. Oh boy. This is a bunch of. So this hand has 2 Wastelands in it, and a Scrib Ranger. I guess Scrib Ranger is the scariest thing. Pride Mage can hit a Needle. Scrib Ranger can block once. I guess that's not the scariest thing, but if they get a Mother of Runes going, it's like, no way we're gonna beat the Flyer as well. Pride Mage can hit a Needle. Scavenging Ooze can make their life go above 20, but not really. I mean, kinda. Yeah, it could. Tracker's their best clock, but it's also slow. And EronRelentless is Scrib Ranger, and that was my initial thought too, because if they ever get a Mom, there's just no way we're beating that. They kept the hand because of Scavenging Ooze against Reanimator, but it's a turn 3 before they can even activate it, so I'm not sure about that. Valley is way better than turn 3 Scavenging Ooze. I mean, both of them are kind of speculative. Both options, like Pride Mage, it's going to be annoying if we draw a Needle for these Wastelands. Scrib Ranger is going to be annoying if they draw a Mother of Runes. But they also, or a Knight. I think like this matchup seems really tough. There's no way for me to not show them what I'm playing here on this next turn too, to like try and get them. Unless I just draw. What could I draw? I think I'm in Reanimator still. How can I hide some information? I need to draw an Urborg. Urborg would be sick. Urborg. Oh no, I don't have the green source for crop rotation. I guess if I play the forest, they might think I'm on something weird, I guess. I mean, I think they're going to figure it out, right? What are they doing? So I think we take the Pride Mage. Gives them the opportunity to tap out again. We can crop rotation for... We can draw an Urborg and crop rotation for a thing. You would stage and copy Swamp? When? Next turn? It doesn't really work. It might work at getting rid of a Wasteland. We're hoping they tap out and that we draw an Urborg. Or, what could we draw? Any black source, right? If they tap out. I didn't want to play the stage because then they know what they need to do. Forest gives them a pretty good idea, but it doesn't as clearly show them. Not sure what we're waiting for now. Are they talking to me? Nope. Come on, Max BV. Maybe we'll draw a needle or a black source. What's the plan here? We need a needle. If they tap out for Tireless, the plan here was take the Quasali Pride Mage because we need a needle. Also gives them the opportunity to tap out. If they tap out, we can draw a black source. But we need to draw a needle. Haha. I don't think they should fetch there. That's okay. I guess not giving me the options is good. So now we need to avoid what? Caracas? Or swords to plowshares, but we have crop rotation. But we don't have a green source yet. We need to draw a petal or a spirit guide now. Petal, spirit guide, I guess. Or even a safekeeper, maybe. But they only have 2 cards, but then they get to draw. They have 1 wasteland, so they have 1 card. But they're going to have 2 cards from their draw step, and then 3. And then 4. Okay. So they just have the 1. So they have like 2 or 3 draw steps? I can't tell exactly. Close to that. Let's see. 1, 2. So they can use the wasteland to sack this. That's 1. They can use this for that. That's 2. And their main draw. Oh, we drew the petal. How about that? So now we only lose to Crocus. I think we beat Crocus too, right? Because we can get the Sackland thing, the Ghost Quarter. If they had played it, we could have. They should have waited. If they had played Crocus, we could have beat that by crop rotating for Ghost Quarter. But they already played their land. So yeah, now we just have to crop rotate for Sajiri's Step. Gives a protection from white if they swords it. So we just have to avoid a flyer, but I think their flyer is already gone. Also, we have to not die. This is 5, 10, so we're not dead. But we can block. Yeah, the Scrib thing is gone. Scrib Ranger. That was the first thing we discarded. What they could do is they could swords their own thing. So we have to block. They didn't attack. Huh. Well, let's hope that they don't sword their own thing. They did like tank for a really long time on turn 2 there, so they might be working with more information. We'll see. Dead. I'm not sure why they didn't attack. Probably because I had this on board, but it doesn't make sense, so. I mean, if they're dead, I guess it doesn't matter to attack or not. Lucky. Sideboard for this matchup. Conceded in a weird way. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see what I got. The plan is different on the draw. We could take out the petals and keep some discard spells. Okay. I think I might have already submitted though. Oops. This hand seems good. This hand seems really good. If we can't protect it, but we do have a turn 1. I mean, I think you keep a turn 1, right? I guess we'll find out if it's better. I guess if we draw... Oh, we don't have turn 1. We have a turn 2. Sorry. Still good. I think we lead on Dark Depths. I think we lead on Dark Depths, and if they Wasteland it, we can go Spirit Guide, Crop Rotation for Dark Depths, and then still have the turn 2. It might not be good enough. But we also have this. I mean, we have like a little bit of everything, but we're a little choked on what we're actually going to be able to do with it all. I think we lead on Dark Depths. I think we lead on Dark Depths. Other than the fact that it could just get Wasteland and Surgical. But... They have Thalia. Yeah. I think it tells them a little bit too much about what we're trying to do, though. To play it all out right away like that. I guess if they have Thalia, that's problematic. Yeah, okay, I should have played it out. I don't really think of Thalia as being that good in this matchup, but it was pretty good there. No Revoker. Yeah, Revoker. So maybe playing out one petal. They don't have Revoker, but... Oh, okay. I mean, we just lose to a Swords or Crocus, but I think that's okay. Maybe. Hmm. Oh, they have a Thalia in play. Well, let's hope they don't have Caracas or a land. think they might be dead. They need a land. So they need a Crocus or any land plus swords. Which they could be doing. Oh, they could also have a wasteland here. Maybe I was supposed to just make it. I think they would have slammed a wasteland though, right? Right? I think the only land they wouldn't have played is a swords information land or Crocus. But maybe they just don't have a land. I think they would have slammed a wasteland there. Yeah, they're passing, so here we go. I think they don't have it. They might have a Crocus. That would be the one that they're most likely to hide the longest. Got it. We got the 3-2. All right. Probably got a little lucky in that last round. Feels like we got a little bit lucky in that last round if people are telling me that's a bad matchup. Because that felt easier than... Well, I think we just got a little lucky. But that felt easier than the Dredge matchup. Because the Dredge matchup, they just killed us on turn... They just killed us on turn 2 with us not being able to interact with even a Bajuka Bog on turn 1. That was fun. It was a fun deck. I made like a bunch of mistakes in one round. And a couple other mistakes in other rounds. But I think those are mostly just from talking. I think it's not like with, at least the mistakes I made were not like the ones with Storm where I just like don't see the lines at all. This deck's fun. It's all right. I don't want to say too many nice things about it while Jack's around. But yeah, it's different. It's different from other combo decks I've played. It's like it's got a slightly the feel of the game plan of like making a 20/20 just feels different than like reanimating or show and telling or storming. Yeah, I mean, because it's just attacking. You get attacked from completely different angles than those other ones. The league took long. I mean, I played really slowly. I think combo decks are, maybe it's just me, but combo decks are hard to play the first few times you play them. So it's just like trying to figure out what to do on certain turns and things like that. Like even just not playing out like one pedal there on turn 1, which slowed me down a turn because of Thalia, was like a pretty big deal. How long did it end up taking? I'll see when I upload it onto YouTube. Yeah, I mean, when I'm playing a new deck, I don't want to just, like, play it too miserably poorly, because, as you can see, it's really easy to make mistakes. So I take my time, and the leagues take a while. So, yeah, I guess that was, like, almost 3 hours. Jeez. 2.5 hours. Anyway, thanks for watching on YouTube. Glad we managed to get the 3-2. Sorry for all the punts there. Some pretty interesting games, though. If I hadn't like clicked through against on that abrupt decay, I almost I mean, we would have won. I was going to go for it on my end step there. But yeah, pretty good league. I think losing to Reanimator wasn't too surprising, and we should have been 4-1. I think beating Maverick was a little bit lucky. Some interesting choices in this list. The Rite of Consumption, I hear a lot of Depths players don't like it. I think it's a pretty good way to play around certain cards that are hard to play around. Yeah, just being able to just do it all at once against the deck with Swords of Plowshares seems pretty good to me. So I kind of like the Rite of Consumptions. They do seem to come in almost every matchup, at least the ones that we faced. We also didn't face any like Edict decks, so we didn't see anything with like that take a different route. But yeah, thank you, EronRelentless. Thanks for the donation deck, and thanks YouTube for watching. If you ever want to donate a deck, check out my Twitch at Ewlandon for information about that. And yeah, it's gonna sign off for